Very nice job by Brother Pedro having his Popushka infantry, submachine gun infantry right there when the enemy charged. That's not something he planned, but it just happened, and that is when submachine gunners shine. I can't even count the number of squads that have been killed. Oh, so Brother Pedro did know there was something there. There's an AT gun there. Kaboom! No longer. I can't count the number of times a squad has been completely destroyed in the space of a second or two by a submachine gun squad because someone double-clicked. What happens when you double-click is that your people run to the destination without stopping to fight, and if they happen to run past a squad of submachine gunners, the submachine gunners will open up and kill you immediately. If you're just moving normally, typically your men will turn and fire back. It turns into a very brutal firefight, right out of something from the Matrix, except, you know, it's not just Neo killing everybody. Neo killing everybody is if you double-click, then the opponent is Neo and everyone dies. Yeah, now this isn't working. I have to admire this other guy, this War Cow guy, for just using infantry and AT guns. That's typically what I do. But now it's certainly not working. I can't say the alternative would also work, because his ally's been buying tanks left and right, and clearly that hasn't been doing anything for him. But I think what they need to do is refocus the artillery they have, and use it to much better effect. The guy on the right has some sort of rocket artillery that frankly wasn't doing anything. And what they need to do is take out the take out either the infantry or the AT guns with the artillery, and then use whatever can exploit the gap. If you manage to take out the AT guns with the artillery, then send in some light vehicles to shred the infantry and then try and establish a foothold. Or if you take out a good amount of infantry with the artillery, then try and send in your own infantry and see if maybe you can start winning the fights. In this case, the ZSU and assorted infantry are just mowing down everyone who tries anything, and if something heavy came along, it would just be AT gun time. So, not too happy days for the Japanese. But oh, what do we have here? They have capped the rightmost point. I'm not sure if you see it on the minimap, or they've decapped the rightmost point, more accurately. I'm not sure if you see it on the minimap, but the Japanese somehow snuck some troops over there. And so now we have two Su-122s, one from each guy, and that's another howitzer. That's a D5, I think, howitzer, field howitzer piece. So the Russians are just artillery happy. Meanwhile, the Japanese have that awesome truck, which I think is about to explode. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. Oh, it's driving away. No, frickin' it blew up. It's a D1, not a D5. Okay, look, the whole point of the mortar truck is that it's a mortar truck, okay? There's two words there, mortar, yeah, but truck. And the truck can drive. That's what it's for. The whole reason you bought a mortar truck instead of just a mortar is so that you can drive away before someone shoots your mortar truck. And he did not drive away again before someone shot his mortar truck, okay? Second time in a row, his mortar truck was hit by a big, slow-moving shell from the other side of the map, which can only happen if your mortar truck fires and then does not reposition, which, why would it not reposition? It's a mortar truck. That's what it's for. It's got wheels. It has more wheels than I have fingers. It might not, actually. Let me count. No, I got 10 fingers. I don't think it has 10 wheels. But look, the mortar truck is incredibly annoying, not because it's a mortar. Sure, the mortar's annoying, but every mortar's annoying. The mortar truck is annoying because it's a mortar truck. Truck drives around. You can't kill it. It's impossible to kill. And but in this case, the Japanese have let it get killed, and they let it get killed twice, which is unconscionable. It's the Jesus. It came back, and then it got killed again. But instead of saving humanity, it's just not saving the Japanese. I mean, come on. Mortar trucks, I love the mortar truck. It's just so slippery. It can reposition everywhere. And if you don't do that, you're misusing it. And you should feel bad. You should feel very, very bad, Mr. Japanese person. Well, what do the points look like? It looks like 620 in the upper right for the Russians. That's certainly more than the 209 that I believe the Japanese have. So things are looking pretty swell in... Whoa, that was a big... Look at that. Look at all this artillery. They wasted all of that on one submachine gunner in the middle. This is, it just got mislaid priorities, okay? Like, every time I check us to battle zones match, which is all the time because it's always battle zones, I'm always talking about the importance of, look, yeah, those guys definitely double-clicked. They were sprinting, they got mowed down. Oh, those are kamikaze guys anyways. Every time I check us battle zones maps, I'm always, yeah, pay attention. Ooh. AT gun knocked out that tank. I'm always like, hey, pay attention to the battle zones. The battle zones are the most important thing. I don't care how many people you kill, you have to cap a zone. But it's got to obviously be within reason. If you have artillery, in fact, artillery I would say is the exception. Every unit in your army should be focused towards taking and holding the battle zones. with the exception of artillery, because artillery is used to remove impediments to your army. Artillery should not be what you use to do your main damage, except maybe as a prelude to an assault. Artillery should... Whoa. Good night, building. Artillery should take care of problems for you that something else can't take care of. Artillery is a safe way to reach out and touch someone. It's a safe way to demolish something. It's a way of removing things in your way, and it's really not suited for like defending a point in the middle or something that your opponent is capping, because eventually the artillery is not going to be sufficient. They're going to knock out the artillery, or they're going to find some way to hide from the artillery. You can't just continually shell a point and try and keep it like that. What you want to hold something is like a tank or a vehicle or an AT gun or infantry or something. Okay, artillery you should use to support your army, which caps the points and defends the points. Artillery just takes out certain problem areas that you have, and stuff like that. At least that's how I see it. I mean, because artillery to me just seems reloads too slow and just isn't reliable enough to serve as your main fighting force. Just use it to shell certain areas that you need taken out, but not like hold on to a point or something. If you have to rely on artillery to hold on to a point, it's not happening. So yeah, this game is over. Good job by everybody. Especially impressed with the way that Japanese guy kept the pressure up on the left. So, goodbye. Hope you enjoyed this.